comes to achieving our goals, two words often come up: discipline and motivation. Or which one truly drives us forward? In this video, we'll explore the differences between discipline and motivation, how they work together, and why understanding both is key to long-term success. Whether you're trying to build a new habit, excel at work, or simply become a better version of yourself, knowing when to rely on discipline and when to harness motivation can make all the difference. Let's dive in. Motivation is that spark of energy or inspiration that pushes us to start something new. It's the feeling you get when you watch an inspiring video or read a powerful quote. Motivation can be powerful, but it's often fleeting. It comes and goes, sometimes without warning. While motivation can help you take the first step, it doesn't always stick around for the long haul. That's why so many people start projects with excitement, only to lose steam a few days or weeks later. Discipline, on the other hand, is about consistency and self-control. It's the ability to keep going even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what gets you out of bed on cold morning or keeps you working toward your goals when motivation fades. Unlike motivation, discipline is built over time through repeated actions and habits. It's less about how you feel in the moment and more about making a commitment to yourself and sticking with it no matter what. Motivation often acts as the initial push that gets us started on a new journey. It's that burst of excitement when you set a new goal or imagine a better future. However, motivation is influenced by our mood, environment, and even the weather. Because it's so unpredictable, relying solely on motivation can lead to inconsistency. That's why many people struggle to maintain progress once the initial excitement wears off. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It's about creating routines and sticking to them, even when you don't feel motivated. Discipline helps you show up day after day, building momentum and resilience. Over time, these small, consistent actions add up to big results. While it may feel tough at first, discipline eventually becomes second nature, making it easier to keep moving forward regardless of how you feel. The motivation can be a great starting point. It's not always reliable. There will be days when you just don't feel inspired, no matter how much you want to achieve your goals. Life's challenges, stress, and distraction can quickly drain your motivation. That's why it's important not to depend on motivation alone. Instead, use it as a tool to get started, or have a plan in place for when motivation inevitably fades. How do you build discipline? It starts with setting clear, realistic goals and breaking them down into manageable steps. Create routines that support your objectives and hold yourself accountable. Celebrate small wins along the way to stay encouraged. Remember, discipline is about progress, not perfection. Each time you follow through on your commitments, you strengthen your self-control and make it easier to keep going. Motivation is closely tied to our emotions. When we feel excited or passionate, motivation is high. But when we are tired, stressed, or discouraged, motivation can disappear. This emotional roller coaster makes motivation unpredictable. That's why it's important to recognize your emotional triggers and learn how to manage them, so you're not completely dependent on motivation to take action. Discipline is the foundation of strong habits. By repeating positive actions every day, you train your brain and body to act automatically. Over time, these habits require less effort and willpower, making it easier to stay on track. Whether it's exercising, studying, or working on a project, discipline helps you build routines that support your long-term goals. Motivation isn't gone forever. It comes and goes in waves. Sometimes, after a period of discipline, you'll find your motivation returning stronger than before. This is often because you start seeing results from your hard work, which reignites your excitement and passion. Use these moments of motivation to push yourself even further, but always have discipline as your safety net. Which is more important, discipline or motivation? The truth is, they work best together. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. When you combine both, you create a powerful cycle of progress. Motivation fuels your initial drive, while discipline ensures you follow through, even on tough days. Understanding how to balance both is the key to achieving your goal. Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine someone training for a marathon. At first, motivation is high. They're excited about the challenge and the idea of crossing the finish line. But as training gets tough and the days get longer, motivation fades. This is where discipline steps in, helping them stick to their training schedule even when it's hard. In the end, it's discipline that carries them to the finish line. Many people fall into the trap of waiting for motivation to strike before taking action. This can lead to procrastination and missed opportunities. Others try to force discipline without any passion, which can cause burnout. The key is to recognize when you need a motivational boost and when you need to rely on discipline. Finding the right balance helps you avoid these common pitfalls. Succeed, start by setting clear goals and understanding your why. Use motivation to kickstart your journey, but build routines and habits that rely on discipline. Track your progress, celebrate small victories, and don't be too hard on yourself when you slip up. Remember, both discipline and motivation are skills you can develop over time. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to achieve your dream. In the end, both discipline and motivation play important roles in our personal growth and success. Motivation gives us the spark to begin, while discipline provides the structure to keep going. By understanding and balancing these two forces, you can overcome obstacles, stay consistent, and reach your goals. Remember, it's not about choosing one over the other, but about using both to your advantage on the path to success.